Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stuart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hot shots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stuart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game. What if you could be a better player for the cost of one more cup of coffee a month? Get access to a growing library of lit erotica, behind-the-scenes action, and player's guides with tips on drinking, cooking, fitness, dating, sex, and life after dark. Low tier rate while offer lasts. Patreon.com, Game On with Jack. Keep it sexy and game on.
This is Dr. Kojo Sarfo, and you're listening to Game On with Jackson Stuart.
Hey, good people, sexy people. Welcome back to another episode of Game On with Jackson Stuart. I'm your host, Jackson Stuart, and today we are answering your questions on another episode of Ask Jack, but this is the After Dark edition. So it's all those questions you're afraid to ask people when the lights are on. Couple things up front. Definitely want to invite you all to check out Corey Nathan's political podcast, discussing politics without killing each other. Very insightful, very informative, very thought-provoking. Big congrats to Ariana Gray's Jackpot Beauties on reaching 10,000 subscribers last week. Big ups to her. Congratulations. And I need to make sure that I announce the newly launched Game On with Jack digital courses and workshops. Right now, there's a free enrollment on our first mini course, which is the best guys' night out. You know, numerous tips and tricks and ideas on how to ensure that you have, the best night out with the fellas that you can possibly have. So www.gameonwithjack.shop, S-H-O-P, like workshop. Check it out. Enrollment's free. The course is free. There's be new content launching soon, so definitely get on board with that. There'll be discounts for and coupons for people who sign up quickly. So jump on and check it out and enjoy. Excuse me. So let's get right into it. We got some very interesting and thought-provoking questions right here. So first up, we got Sean. And Sean writes, Jack, my girlfriend and I like shower sex, but we fall a lot. Any thoughts? Ooh, Sean, that's a good one. That is it's always like romanticized in movies, and it looks like, wow, man, like it's so hot and it's so cool. It's actually kind of difficult to pull off. There is a lot of slipping. There's a lot of potential falling. If you go to just about any like a sex shop, and I'm not endorsing any in particular, but like Lover's Lane or places like that, they have adhesive handles. Like suction cup handles that you can, mount up on the shower and use to basically hold yourself up or get into a good position. Definitely be careful, because that would be a very embarrassing phone call to 911. And just be safe. But if that's if that's your thing, or if water's your thing, maybe try, a jacuzzi or a hot tub or a pool or something else. But yeah, check that out. And good luck. Be safe with that. Let's see. UQUUNN14. UQ14, I'm assuming, writes in, would you ever do an X-rated interview, and with what guest? I'm assuming they mean like a guest that we've already had on the show. It's good. That's a real good question. Oh, there's several. I think some are obvious. The guest that was obviously, blindingly attractive, but we had just a lot of fun in the pre-show talk and the post-show talk. Madison Fox was just a blast. And if I was going to do an X-rated interview, I would totally do it with her because I mean I think she's brilliant. She's got a very technical mind. She's has a technology background, and I just think that she could take a conversation to a lot of interesting places. So I'm gonna have to let her know this, and she'll probably and she's British and she's got the accent and everything, and so I'm pretty sure that she would she might say, Jackson, why don't we do that? And we'll kind of see what happens there. But yeah, I think definitely Madison Fox would be at the top of the list. I think it'd be a lot of fun, very interesting. Um, Anonymous writes in, Jackson, I think my penis is too small. Should I have surgery? Anonymous, I don't know anything about, that medical world. I'm not a medical expert, but I would really recommend that you don't do that. I mean, you can talk to your doctor, obviously, consult surgeons and physicians, but I'm gonna say talk to a doctor first. But I think I think we men have been sold into the idea that you got to walk in with some 8 or 9 inch monster to please a woman. And just about every woman I've ever spoken to has told me to the contrary, that, that's fake, that, a 9 inch penis it's like excess. There's too much to it and it's hurtful and all that kind of stuff. So talk to a doctor, but I would focus on, if you're being told it's not enough, focus on other skill sets that you can develop and find, look, there's somebody for everybody. Find somebody who appreciates your body for what it is. If you got serious hangups on it, get into some good therapy, build up that self-love, do all that before you start getting some odd procedure that, is in some social media ad. Just be careful because the potential danger on that, I can only imagine. So, good luck with that. OM1264. I love these names. They sound like Star Wars robots. I'm trying to cut back on spending money on digital models, but I can't help. Oh, ain't we all been there? I'm assuming this is not like an addiction kind of thing, but just that you're enjoying yourself. Why don't you look at, you might be feeding a void or filling a void. I'm sorry, that's missing in your life. Maybe it's social contact. Maybe it's a girlfriend, wife, whatever it is. But why don't you look at what that void is and focus on that more so than spending money on digital models? Hey, I've been there. A lot of us have been there. It's fun. It can get pricey and it can become a habit. So, now all my digital model friends are mad at me, but yeah, definitely look at what is this void you're filling up. Maybe it's just the way for you to unwind after the end of a stressful day or something, but just look at it. Maybe you don't have to cut it out completely, but like you say, you want to cut back and, let's look at some balance. Let's see. Next question up, we have quick. When you guys hear the question, you're gonna find the username interesting. Dear Jack, I come when I get a lap dance. What should I do? Sent in by QuickNut55. I don't know if that's like an age or a birth year or like the amount of seconds. I'm not laughing at you, QuickNut. I just, come on, that's a very entertaining username given the situation. Not uncommon. It does happen. A couple things you can do to avoid that. Maybe wear a condom. If you know that's going to happen. Definitely if it happens, apologize. That could be if you imagine the dancer situation, that could be dangerous. Like she doesn't know if this she doesn't know if this customer that may have gotten bodily fluids on her, may have an STD, etc. So I mean, seriously, that it could be taken, as an offensive move, even though you didn't mean for it to be. thicker underwear, wear a condom, maybe, masturbate before you go to the club, kind of defang that dragon a bit, and maybe position the dancer in a certain way that they're not right in that zone that kind of sets you off. Maybe move it to your thigh or your hip or something. But definitely take some precaution, because, like I said, that could be, if I was a dancer and all of a sudden you bust a nut on me, I'd probably be pissed off. So definitely, there are ways for you to kind of like to stop that from happening, or mitigate that, or lessen the probability while you still have a good time. So, and if you move a dancer, someone might say, whoa, hold on a second, because I'm gonna bust a nut if you keep doing it. Well, you can warn them, and then you kind of see what happens. So good luck with that. Quick Nut 55. Nick Ramos asks Jack, what cam room platform do I recommend? Well, Nick, I don't officially endorse one or the other. I'm not affiliated or paid with either, or paid by either, but, Chatterbait and My Free Cams are the two I'm probably most familiar with. And, they're different. Chatterbait there's what they call boy-girl content, girl-girl content. It's a little bit more raw, a little bit more X-rated. MFC, My Free Cams, usually just one model. Some specialized is two models. And you go visit and interact and tip and stuff. So, it just kind of depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for more of a single model, contact and interaction, being more of a community kind of building scenario, MFC. If you're going in for something that's just that's going to be hot and, more raw and more X-rated than Chatterbait. So kind of depends what you're looking for, Nick, and what your tastes are at that moment. Ox emailed, what should I look for in a cam model or a stripper? That's a tough question, Ox. It all depends on what your preference is. Some nights you might be all about blonde and blue eyes, and next night you might want a brown skin or dark brown skin, or you might be looking for an Asian model, or it all depends what you move for. You might be looking for somebody who is very talkative. You might be looking for somebody who is silent and just, moving on the screen. And so, and as for a stripper, what are you looking for? If we get past, looks, you might be looking for a stripper that's, maybe tall or short or heavier or thicker or, curvier or leaner or thinner or energy. You might want to dance for a model who's a little bit more dominant, a little bit more in your face, a little bit more you want me, or just, or you might be looking for somebody who is more, sensual or seductive. The whole point is look for a connection. Look for somebody that speaks to whatever it is that you're looking for. And you'll know the click because you feel it. Because you'll feel and you're like, oh shit, this woman could take everything I have if she wanted it. Yeah, you want to look for the energy. Look for that connection and you'll be okay. And I'm like a lot of guys. I have multiple, for lack of a better word, multiple flavors I'm going to hang out with. It could be, it could be a model that looks like me or not just like me, because you don't want to see that as a model. It just, it depends on what I'm in the mood for. But they are all models or dancers that I click with in different ways. And we laugh and we have a good time. And I think the key connection is that, you both realize that this moment is transactional, right? They're hanging out with you or spending time with you or looking at you or typing to you because you're tipping, you're paying. And they know that you know that. And then once you get past that, then you can legitimately make each other laugh, or you can legit, um, develop a rapport and a care about the person. That's not odd or creepy or dangerous, but just like, hey, I come here, I'm gonna spend money, I spend time with you. On another level, we do enjoy each other's company. And once you get that, then that's the model or stripper that you want to hang out with. Digirock sends in, I have a friend who is an asshole at strip clubs, but always invites me. He always pays, we have a good time, but he's rude to the dancers sometimes. And he is also terse and short with the staff. What should I do? Digirock, stop hanging out with that motherfucker. I'm sorry, man, but yeah, no, that's just, none of that behavior is acceptable. If you guys are real close, you could, take him off the side and say, look, bro, you can't, I like hanging out with you, but when we go to these places, you're a dick and you need to check that. If you feel he can take that into, if he can take that criticism, go for it. If you feel like that's going to break your relationship, well, then that's up to you. But just stop going with him. And, I knew a guy once who was, he was an asshole to a, he thought he was being funny or cute, but he was really coming off just an asshole. And I stopped hanging out with him completely because I couldn't do that. I don't care if you're the bus boy, the hostess, the owner, the manager. I'm going to treat you with respect. I don't care if you're dancing. I don't care if you're sliding up down a pole. I don't care if you're bringing me a drink. You're working the door. You are deserving of respect. Hands down, unequivocally. I can never say that word right. Unequivocally. No questions asked, respect. Anybody that does not see people in that way and treats them differently, I got no time for. So, I don't care if you buy everything I want that night and I don't have to touch my pocket once. It's not worth sitting there with you being a jackass, especially if you're being rude to somebody who's out there, with barely clothed, vulnerable as shit and trying to make money. And no, I'm not even rude to dancers that are rude to me. I'll just say, hey, we're not working, or I'll sit through the rest of the dance, whatever, or I'll just I'll be back, I go to the bathroom and they leave me alone. No. Yeah, Digirock, good luck with that. But you know what? This might open some other perspectives you'll have on your buddy. He might be an asshole in more ways than just this. Anonymous sends in, Anonymous writes in, not sins, but sins. And the question, do women really not care about dick size? Anonymous, the ones that I know and I have spoken to and I have polled and met and interviewed and et cetera, do not care about it. Now some will say just like you've got some guys who are all about giant breasts or small breasts or big butts or whatever. Some women are about giant dicks, but some women, a lot of them are just like, no, I just like average. I like a guy who knows what he's doing. I like a guy who, wants to please me and wants me to please him and we click. So yeah, women really don't care about it. I mean, there are obviously some that do, but the majority don't. They are sold much more about confidence and pleasure and connection and so on. XO Johnny asks, my partner wants me to say really rough stuff during sex. I'm not comfortable with it. What should I do? Ooh. XO Johnny, you need to communicate this. Anytime there is something in the bedroom or in sex that is not comfortable to a person, it must be communicated. And that goes, not only just like, well, when we do this position, it hurts or anal hurts or whatever, or even like role playing that you're not comfortable with. Don't do it. Speak your piece. That's about respect. Because if you don't, it's just going to go on and get worse. And to the point where you're going to it's going to like poison sex for you with this person and then other parts of your relationship. And it's going to go bad. So just say, hey, look, baby, I'm not into this. And, I'm not comfortable saying this stuff. And if they are really a partner, they'll say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you, and you guys will work it out. Next question, what is more important, Jackson, boobs or butts on a woman? Oh, well, a little bit of biology or sociology. And I've researched this, so I'm not just making this up. Boobs and butts are attractive on a primal level to men because large breasts make a man feel on some level like this woman. Well, let me back up. The hips say this woman can provide me with children to continue my bloodline, and the boobs say, and she can feed the children and provide. That's literally why we're drawn to them. That having been said, both are important and neither are important. I've been drawn to women who have beautifully large breasts and an amazing, as I call it, shelf booty. You could put a drink on that thing. And I've been attracted to women that were small in both areas and on the thinner side. I myself tend to like more curvaceous women, but I've been very attracted and had wildly interesting and amazing nights with women who were, on the thinner side. And it all goes back to connectivity. It all goes back to like that moment when you click. I've known some hourglass, beautiful women, but they had no personality. And it was like, well, this ain't going nowhere. And that was my call. It wasn't theirs. I've known women who were, sticks, but they were sexy as hell, man. And we had some good times. So which is more important? It's about preference. But what trumps both of those is personality, confidence in a woman. I've seen skinny girls in black dresses that stop the whole room because the way they walk in with confidence and sex appeal, you can't beat that. Excuse me. Assman90. These usernames in these questions, guys. Sends in the question, Jack, I'm a dude with a small ass. Are there any suggestions? Assman, it's okay, man. Once again, just like the guy concerned about the size of penis, physicality is, men think, women think like we do. Like we're about visual, right? And women like a guy's body. But in reality, guys, body gets you so far. You gotta have personality. You gotta have confidence. I mean, go back to listen to any of the episodes. And every time I ask a question, what's the sexiest thing about people? 99% of the people say confidence. And we're talking about some of the most beautiful women ever to be interviewed that I've had the amazing opportunity to talk to. And they all say confidence. So, but that having been said, small ass. So if you want your ass to pop, and just, I know this from just having been, a gym rat for so many years. Squats, kettlebell swings, jumping squats, box jumps, anything that uses your legs, anything that uses your hips and your ass muscles is going to make that thing pop. Of course, I am not a medical expert. I'm not a physiologist. So if you're going to go to a gym, get a trainer, talk to somebody, and but definitely anything that works that area. So like I said, squats, kettlebell swings, deadlifts, box jumps, all those things will pop the little booty a little bit. So good luck, ass man. And last but not least, I love this question. Jackson, what is your favorite curse word? Favorite curse word is fuck. It really is. And it's sad because cursing is not a sign of great intelligence or communication, but it is my favorite word and curse word. And unfortunately, I've used it way too much, but I've used it as an adverb, an adjective, a proper noun, all in the same sentence. So yes, I like fuck. There you go. Hey, thanks guys so much for just your great audience. I think we just hit like the 50th episode of season 2. This is crazy. So thank you so much for listening. Hit me up on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, follow Game On with Jack on Instagram. definitely don't forget your free enrollment at www.gameonwithjack.shop. SHOP. Keep it sexy and game on.